This round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. And it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Michael. Right, we'll start with Diane. What is Michael to you?
This is Michael. I once punched him in the face because I thought he was a ghost.
Bob, how do you know Michael?
This is Michael, and after cutting his hair, I got a job on a campsite as a hairdresser.
And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Michael?
This is Michael. Together, we helped free a donkey that had trapped itself in the cubicle of a seaside toilet.
So there we have it. Is Michael Diane's ghostly guy, Bob's campsite client, or Lee's donkey do-gooder? David's team, where would you like to start?
Well, Diane, where were you when you mistook Michael for a ghost?
I was backstage at the Theatre Royal Bath.
And what were you doing there?
I was in a play.
What happened? You were in the dark, waiting to go on the wings?
I was in the wings.
In the wings, waiting to go on?
And I'd been told a ghost story about this, that the
where was
Theatre Royal
Michael?
Bath is haunted.
What was the story?
Well, that the theatre was haunted. They said that about once a week, this ghost, a man with white hair, would float around the theatre.
So you heard
So
that
then
story.
I'm standing in the wings.
Uh-huh.
I turn round and I see... Well, I know it's Michael now, but at the time I thought it was the ghost because of the hair. And I sort of inadvertently punched him.
And what was he wearing?
He was wearing quite dark clothes because he was, you know, working backstage. He looked like he was kneeling on some sort of prop. So he looked like he didn't have any legs. That's what made me think, oh, my God, it's the ghost.
So he sort of sidled up and knelt on something.
Yeah.
I have to say, I have slightly less sympathy for Michael now. I realise that what he did is he sort of crept up behind you and knelt there. That is slightly creepy behaviour, isn't it? Yeah.
I did ask him why he was kneeling on the bookcase.
Yeah. I imagine at that point he was also asking you why you hit him.
Yeah.
Did he answer you? Was he able to say why he was kneeling on there?
Yeah. He said there weren't any chairs backstage.
All right, who next?
OK, Bob, you cut Michael's hair, and this was on a campsite.
Yeah.
How did you come to... Because you're not a hairdresser, are you?
I'm a hairdresser, David.
You previously worked as a hairdresser, had you?
I'm from a family, I'm the youngest of 4 boys. And in my family tradition is that the eldest is a priest, then a lawyer, then a teacher, and then a hairdresser. So it fell to me to take up the scissors. I was given my first set of scissors when I was 13.
I actually had a pair of scissors when I was younger than that.
Were you the 4th child?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was more for, you know, cutting out bits of coloured paper.
Oh, no, these were Japanese steels. These were Yasakis.
Right, OK. So you were given these hairdressing scissors at the age of 14?
Yes.
Had you undergone any further training or just were encouraged to experiment?
Well, here's the rub. Because Michael, or Mickey, you know, Mickey the drink, he's...
Why is he called Mickey the drink?
Anyway, so, he was one of the first people that I ever gave a haircut to as a young boy. He was one of my friends. And then, fast forward to 1982. I go to the World Cup in Spain. There was Michael, Billy the Pigeon... Gentle Kent.
Billy the Pigeon?
Gentle Kent, yeah.
Why is he called Billy the Pigeon? Oh, he's found his way home.
No, he's a pigeon. Because he had, like, a fat chest. We all went to Spain. We were on the campsite for the England fans. I, as always, gave Mickey's haircut. And the one-man army from Nottingham, the Nottingham Forest fan, caused all the trouble out there. He demanded that he had a haircut.
What trouble did he cause out there?
Well, for example, he rushed to the cafe that we're in and threw a coin like that. Could have damaged anyone. Luckily, it went straight in the slot machine and won the jackpot. I'm just going on here. It was really a rather simple story. So I cut Mickey's hair, I'd done since he was 13.
So you'd cut his hair regularly? You first did when he was 13?
When he was 13, one of the first people...
You were his regular hairdresser?
No, that would be a lie, but I would always cut Mickey's hair.
Yeah.
I was seen doing this, and before you knew it, over the course of the next 10 days, I probably did 50 to 60 haircuts.
And were you paid for these haircuts?
I probably was, but in kind.
Right.
Oh,
because, the only thing any of these English fans could say was huevo solo, and that got you an egg sandwich. And I seem to remember that people, because I was cutting hair, it was always in the morning, that someone would bring me, "Oh, mate, you're busy cutting hair, you have a huevo solo."
So you're paid in egg sandwiches?
I think maybe I was.
And you did 50 haircuts over, how many days?
I think that was probably 8 days.
So you're having 50 egg sandwiches over 8 days?
I mean, I'm interested in the haircuts themselves.
Yeah.
Was there a signature style? It was the early 80s. Were there mullets going on? I mean, what was the look?
It was a feathered look I was expert at. It was called, where I'm from, it's called the foffer. You'll probably think of it like Rod Stewart.
Oh, it's a lovely look.
Layered at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you still cut hair now?
Oh, not so much now, Rob. To be honest with you, I can't do the new cuts.
What? Did you hear that? I can't do the new cuts. Right, what about Lee and the donkey?
So, Lee, tell us your story.
I was at the seaside. I went to...
Whereabouts?
Blackpool.
When was this?
This was last year, believe it or not.
Last year?
Only last year, since the last series, and why it hasn't cropped up so far.
Fair enough.
On holiday, or were you summer seasoning?
Seasoning?
Doing a summer season?
I'm not a juggler.
Or were you...
They have comedians in Blackpool.
Or were you giving a keynote speech at the Conservative Party conference?
All right, I was doing a summer season. No, I was on a little weekend break. I decided to take my family to Blackpool.
What sort of loos are these?
Public toilets on Blackpool seafront.
So you go into the loo...
I go into the loo to use the toilet.
Where's the donkey?
The donkey is in the cubicle. The door was shut, and I did that thing where I looked underneath, and I just saw... I said, "You belong, mate."
Which way was the donkey?
Which way?
Which way in was he?
He was actually facing outwards, so the bottom was stuck in the cubicle, and the head was sticking out the front.
So he reversed in, did he?
No, he didn't reverse in. The toilet reversed up to him. Yes, he reversed in. OK. It turns out someone had witnessed this happen.
Yeah.
He'd gone into the toilet.
Who is this person who witnessed this happen?
It was some guy was in there.
Some other guy, not Michael.
There's a guy...
And he goes, "I tell you what's happened here."
Yeah.
This donkey, and what did he say?
I walked in and I went, "Blimey, there's a donkey stuck in the cubicle." And the man told us, this donkey has wandered in from the beach, you know, where they do the donkey rides, and then someone had used the hand dryer, and he's freaked, ran round, got disorientated, and then reversed into a cubicle. And at this point now, Michael was in there, because the other fellow went out. He said, "I'm not dealing with it, I've got to go."
I'm just the one that's here to explain the scenario.
He said, the guy said, "I'm not dealing with this one, I've just got a leopard out of the sink. You can do this one." So he goes out, and the donkey's back end was literally stuck inside the cubicle.
How did you get the donkey out?
I pulled the reins as hard as he had reins. That's why we knew he wasn't a wild donkey. There's a lot of wild donkeys as well. I'm pulling at his reins like that, and Michael sort of tried to lean over the back, and he had his beach towel with him, and gently gave him a little, I wouldn't say a whip, that would be hard, but enough to make him try and come forward. But it just didn't work. We could not get this donkey out.
Right.
Died. Join us next week. Oh, what a legend!
At least it was the right way in to use the loo.
Yes, perhaps he was using the loo. That's why he wouldn't come out. He needed the loo.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that. I say donkey, I mean fat bloke. I remember I was a fat bloke, and I wanted to use the toilet. And he had one of those funny little Blackpool masks on of a donkey. It's all coming back to me now. I got arrested. I did 3 months in Parkhurst. I remember the story.
He's in 3 months in prison. But since we last did the show.
Michael is a prison officer.
So there we are. We need an answer. David's team. Is Michael Diane's ghostly guy, Bob's campsite client, or Lee's donkey do-gooder?
Well, what do you think?
See, when I heard Diane's story, I thought that was a lie. And then I heard Bob's story and Lee's story. And then suddenly Diane's story seems a little bit more real.
I think it's Bob. I think giving your man a haircut is the truth.
50 haircuts in a week, paid in egg sandwiches.
I don't know that you can do that hairstyle with one pair of scissors. I'm from a family of hairdressers, and I just don't think you can do Rod Stewart.
From a family of hairdressers.
Scissors,
Did you have more than one pair of scissors with you?
No, my response to that, Nadia, is a family of not very good hairdressers. Two sets of scissors?
He looks round about Bob's age.
And Bob's haircut?
Yeah.
Can I just say, one final chance? He looks to me like a man who hangs round gentlemen's toilets.
I'm going with Diane.
Yeah.
Going with Diane. We're settling. David's team are saying that it is Diane. Michael, would you please confirm your true identity?
My name is Michael, and Bob gave me a haircut and a cancer.
They can actually see photographic evidence of Bob cutting Michael's hair. There they are.
Oh, my gosh.
It really did happen. Thank you very much, Michael. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. And it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Carlos. David Hay, what is Carlos to you?
This is Carlos, and I accidentally knocked him down in a boxing demonstration.
Ramesh, how do you know Carlos?
This is Carlos. I once broke my strict vegan diet because I didn't want to offend him.
Finally, David Mitchell, your relationship with Carlos.
This is Carlos. He came to my house to deliver a pizza, but we ended up building a bed together.
So there we have it. Is Carlos David Hay's boxing buddy, Ramesh's diet destroyer, or David Mitchell's DIY delivery guy? Lee, where do you want to start?
David Hay, the haymaker. Where was this demonstration?
It was at my gym.
Is it your gym?
At my gym in Vauxhall.
And you were demonstrating as...
I was demonstrating. He works in a school that I used to go to when I was a kid, and the kids came to the gym to do a boxing demonstration.
Oh, I see.
And he got in the ring, and I do this thing where I let people punch me and I don't punch them back, and they get points if they can hit me in the face because I'm really quick.
OK.
And as I was doing that, I kind of put my arm out, and I don't normally hit people. I'm quite controlled, but this time it just sort of hit him, and he wasn't knocked out like asleep, but he was knocked on the floor.
And what did the kids do?
He was laughing their head. I thought it was the funniest thing.
Really? So basically, you have said to this poor man, come in the ring, hit me in the face, and you've gone, honestly, I
promised him I won't hit you back.
And you hit him back.
Yeah, I've done it hundreds of times and never hurt anybody.
For those who... I mean, I'm a bit of an authority, but for those who don't know much about boxing, could you show us? Could you just demonstrate what sparring is?
Imagine you're you and say Rob is Carlos.
Well, no, I can't. I can't.
You can do it. You can do it.
I can't.
Come on,
You are tall. I'm 6'1". You must be what? Okay, nothing sudden.
OK, what we were doing, we had the gloves on, he was punching me, and I'm sort of blocking, so he's trying to hit me.
So shall I try and hit you?
Yeah, he's trying to hit me.
I can try and hit you. What are you going to do back to me? That's what Oh! I had you then, didn't I? Watch that one. Ooh. Oh, he's getting ready to hit me, I can feel it. Can I give you one in the stomach? Ready? Oh. Ready? Here we go, ready?
Oh!
Yeah! We're getting in the gentle one back. No, I don't want a gentle one back. No, I can't. No. It was very nice, thank you very much.
As I said, I get back what I give in.
That was All right, who do you want to ask next?
OK, so, well, Romesh, you broke your vegan diet to be polite.
Exactly.
Yes.
OK, so where were you?
I was in a restaurant.
And who is this gentleman to you?
He worked at the restaurant.
Okay. What was it called, do you remember?
Yes, it was called Benito's Hat.
And what did you order, Romesh?
I went for a burrito, a vegetable burrito.
So it's Mexican food?
It is Mexican, yes, Martin. I didn't know you were a connoisseur.
Well, what was it he made you eat?
Well, I was sitting eating my burrito on my own. It was quite a dark scene. And then he came over and he said, you're the comedian, aren't you? We said, you're a comedian. I said, yes, I am. And he said, we've got this for you.
What was it?
It was like this sort of... I don't know what it's called. It was like a dessert, but it looked like it had more dairy in it than I'd ever seen in my life before.
And dairy is not good for a vegan. They don't like dairy.
It invalidates... You lose the badge.
Are there any vegans on the panel? I'm not a vegan.
I'm not a vegan.
Not a vegan. So you're a vegan. David Hay is a vegan.
I eat a plant-based diet.
A plant-based diet? I picture you like a brontosaurus pulling trees up by their roots, just grabbing at the tall leaves.
Brontosauruses are vegans.
I know, that's why I said it.
Yeah, they don't.
Shall we change your blanket?
So it's a free dish because he likes your comedy. And
yeah. So he says, "Oh, I've got this for you."
Yeah.
And I just sort of felt under pressure, you know. He was like, he'd done a really nice thing. They'd cut the slice out of somewhere and they'd decorated it and they'd done a little thing with it. And I just thought, I don't want to go, you've offended my sensibility.
So how did it taste? I mean...
Incredible.
It was good?
It was one of the best things I've eaten in a long time.
I was vegetarian for about 10 years. And I always said, nope, I'm not going to eat that. I'm vegetarian.
Yes, ordinarily, if you were at a party or something, somebody says, "Do you want this?" No, I'd not been drinking. No, but
you could use that as an excuse.
Is that the type of vegan you are? 3 o'clock in the morning eating a kebab? Just, I'm drunk, mate.
What about...
It's called David.
Little David.
Oh, the bed story.
Right, so
he called for pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos came round delivering the pizza and they ended up building a bed together.
Right. Well, what...
Was the bed a flat pack then? Is that
it was
how
a flat pack, yeah.
Was it for yourself?
No.
Who was it for?
It was for my parents.
Had they not visited before?
Well, they had visited before, but not... They
would sleep standing up.
They'd not stayed the night before in that house.
We wanted to keep things on a formal standing.
Do you think David orders pizzas? Can't imagine ordering
It's amazing the things that people won't believe of me.
I can imagine him ordering
Orders pizzas?
Yes.
Well, what else would he do in a situation where he needs food quickly?
I think he'd order some sort of Roman feast or a Tudor meal.
I agree, but those sort of shops have been closing down at quite a speed recently.
I can't imagine him just ordering...
Tudor meal? I could just speed dial Tudor meal. I'll just have the Tudor meal number 4. With extra wrens.
So he knocks on the door. When he knocks on the door, did you have a plan that when the pizza man comes round, you're going to ask him, or was it a spur-of-the-moment thought?
Well, the body of the last pizza man was beginning to smell.
You murder one pizza man, then you have to murder another pizza man. That's the domino effect.
The bed was...
And you've been trying to make this bed on your own.
I had.
Which bit had you got to?
Well, broadly, I'd managed to get the sort of side bits in the bed head bit.
Right.
And some of the kind of slats were more or less in
Let's
place.
be honest, you've almost finished then.
You put the slats on already, but you still haven't done the bottom.
Yeah, I couldn't...
You didn't do the slats at the end.
Put the slats on before
you
attached the two side bits to
What else had you done? Had you also made the bed and plumped the pillows? I mean, how far had you gone in the wrong order of all this?
So the doorbell goes, here's your pizza. Oh, it's you. Hello, mate. Here it is, extra pepperami. There's the money. You give him the tip.
I haven't given him the tip yet. The tip happens later. I give him a much...
Oh, my God, I want you to come to my bedroom and then... there may be a tip in it for you.
No, I come to the door quite hassled. I think possibly holding 2 or 3 random pieces of wood.
Yes.
And I say, I'm terribly sorry, but could you just help me with something? For a minute. I'm just trying to assemble a piece of furniture.
Right.
And I just need someone to hold the other end while I shove something in. I can't vouch that those were my exact words.
All right, well, we need an answer.
Yeah.
Well, we need to rule one out. That would help.
Could just rule one in, and then that's quicker.
I would rule little David out.
Definitely.
Rule little David out.
Yeah.
Well, then we're left with the haymaker, let's say, brutalising the teachers in a one-sided fight, or Romesh. I mean this in the nicest possible way, Romesh, but your face doesn't scream accommodating.
So what's it going to be, Lee? Time to make a choice.
We want to go with David.
The haymaker.
Haymaker.
We'll go with the haymaker.
You're going with the haymaker. Big David Hay, you're saying it's a teacher. You accidentally knocked him down on the floor. OK.
Yeah.
Carlos, would you please reveal your true identity?
Hello, my name is Carlos, and I made Romesh break his vegan diet.
Yes, Carlos is Romesh's diet destroyer. Thank you very much, Carlos. So please welcome this week's special guest, Claire. So, Nick, what is Claire to you?
Well, this is Claire. I was once so peckish that I broke into her cottage to steal a tube of Pringles.
Jason, how do you know Claire?
This is Claire. I once called her to drive my car from the roof of a multi-storey car park because I was too scared to.
Right. David, what is your relationship with Claire?
This is Claire, and she is my dentist, whose earring I swallowed mid-procedure.
Well, there we have it. Is Claire Nick's burgled buddy, Jason's multi-storey mate, or David's dozy dentist? Lee's team, where'd you start?
Jason, let's start with you. How old were you?
I was, like, 20.
Have you just started driving at this point?
Yeah, I just passed.
So you'd managed to get to the top?
Yeah.
Why did you find going down worse than going up?
It was a different way down than it was coming up. One of them, really tight spirals.
But it was a spiral going up, too, wasn't it?
No, it was up the ramp and then along the car park and then up the next ramp and along the car park, so...
Did you know Claire before?
Who is she? What's the
She's
relation?
a friend's mum.
Friend's mum?
Yeah.
Auntie, niece, all the whole thing.
Which friend?
Steve.
Oh, so Steve.
So Steve, your age?
Steve's my age, yeah.
And that...
I mean, you look about the same age.
That's the mum.
She's like 55.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Jason, if it's not your person and you're not telling the truth...
No, I know...
This is going to be a hell of a green room conversation.
No, she looks phenomenal for it, I'm just saying.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Why did you call Claire of all people?
Oh, where I parked was at the Arndale Centre in Manchester, and Claire works there.
What does Claire do? Where does she work?
Oh, I think it's one of the jewellers in...
Hang on a minute, how did you ring her?
Just on my phone.
On your mobile?
Yeah.
When you're not 20 years ago?
It wasn't 20. Come on now.
18 years ago?
See, not nice, is it?
14 years ago.
14 years ago.
Jason is 34.
You're 34?
Yeah, and that's not even a lie. That's true.
And you had...
Wow, have you had a really hard life?
Yeah.
And you had Claire's work number on your cell phone.
She had a mobile number as well.
So, sorry, you had
number.
your mate's mum's number on your mobile?
Yes, I had my friend's mum's number.
What have you got it down as? Sweet Cheeks, Claire...
Steve's mum.
OK, who would you like to question next?
OK, Nick. So you broke into this lady's house for Pringles, did you say? You mean the crisp or the jumper?
So where did all this happen, Nick? Paint the picture for us. Where are we?
We're on holiday.
We're on holiday. Where?
People at home are now banging the TV.
Somebody hit pause.
Where were you?
I was in Italy.
Italy?
Italy.
Well, that's narrowed it down. Where in Italy were you?
I was in...
Pause.
I'll give you a clue. Could be Rome. Milan? Venice, Florence. That's just...
Near Florence.
You were near Florence. How do you and Claire know each other?
She was also on holiday.
I want to know, did you know Claire before you went to Italy?
I did.
So you're near Florence. You've got... You've hired some cottages close to each other?
Exactly.
And what happens?
Well, I'm in my cottage, raiding the larder.
Yes.
Looking for things to eat. And I thought, I know what I need.
Right.
Crunchy nut cornflakes. Hey, Rob?
They are ludicrously tasty.
So how did you get into the cottage?
I sort of tried the... You know, you get blinds on a holiday cottage, those sort of shutters. That's the word I'm after.
Yeah.
So I tried the shutters. Spotting that one was open, I thought, I tell you what, I could probably squeeze in.
What time of day was this?
Just before lunch.
So you got in
Why
through
don't you wait
the
for lunch,
window.
then?
Nice work.
So the shutter is a little bit open, but isn't on the other side of a shutter a glass window?
Yeah, but it wasn't locked.
She's not security conscious, this woman. I'm surprised she's working on a jewellery counter, to be honest. Have I got these stories mixed up?
I think so.
How did you get out of the cottage?
I opened the door.
You opened the door?
And I surreptitiously, hiding the Pringle tube down my shorts, I...
Oh, big head.
My wife said, are those curiously shaped, Chris? Are you just pleased to see me?
What was it?
Did you never...
Why did you go to the shop?
Because we were on a holiday. We weren't near a shop.
Why did you go on holiday at a place that's not near a shop?
That's not a prerequisite of a holiday, is it? And the shops, though, that's what I need to know. Now, I know you.
What I'm hoping for is a Londis, a 2-minute walk.
And then did you tell Claire what happened, or are you telling her this now on the telly and she's finding it out for the very first time?
That would be a brilliant phone call. We'd like you to come along to see your old friend Nick. Why? There's something he wants to tell you.
When did she find out?
I think my children revealed the secret.
Wouldn't it have been easier to have one of them go through the window?
That is a very good point. Why did you do that, Fagin?
All right, now what about David?
David, can you just remind us again how you know Claire?
This is Claire, and she's my dentist.
Oh, yes.
Whose earring I accidentally swallowed mid-procedure.
OK.
What kind of earring was it?
It was just a stud.
What was the procedure?
It was a dental procedure. No, it was actually a cleaning.
Not polishing, a cleaning.
I won't clean my teeth myself.
So you pay her at a dentist's rate to do hygienist's work?
I want an expert. Yeah. I get a brain surgeon to clean behind my ears.
What made it suddenly just fall out?
Did you grab at her in terror?
No, I didn't.
No, I'm scared.
You make me seem so sexy. No, I think it was just simply gravity.
Something has to ruffle your ears.
Yes.
Oh, David, you didn't. Goodness sake, man. You can't blame it on the Novocaine. You knew what you were doing.
So, you're laying back...
Yeah.
...in the dentist chair or the hygienist chair.
Yes.
And she's leaning over you to use the cleaning apparatus.
Yeah.
It's hard to swallow even liquid when the hygienist is working in your mouth. How did you manage to swallow an earring?
Well, I didn't try to. It just went... And I felt just a slight...
So you didn't swallow at the time?
I felt nothing more than a sort of... No, I didn't go, ooh.
So you swallow the earring. Do you get the earring back and give it to Claire at your next appointment?
Yeah, that's a good question. Did it ever get back to Claire?
It did not. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared to do that.
Were you sat on the toilet at any point and there was a sort of definite clink noise as metal hit porcelain?
No, I think it must have been deeply embedded in...
When you...
Oh, God, give us a minute.
It must have come out, mid-log.
Yeah. You could have at least used it for a very unusual game and passed the parcel.
It's unusual. The adjective you want to use.
Not the right word. Unusual's probably not a strong enough word. Sorry, kids, the clown's cancelled. But in better news, David's brought his little thing to show. Stop the music.
Well, we need an answer.
What do we think? Because they're all sounding unbelievable to me.
I tend to believe Jason.
Jason, you think he panicked getting out of the car park? Sarah, what do we think?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Nick was being vague on purpose about where the cottage was. When they come to him outside of number 10, have you ever noticed some, like, crumbs of crisp just falling from his mouth at the last minute before he goes...
And in the background, a slightly opened window.
Yeah.
What about David, though? I mean, you're not
we
even...
were actually entertaining that.
So, what are you going to say?
I say Jason.
You say Jason?
So I'm drawn towards Nick's story being true, but I don't know. I'm happy to go with the boss man here.
I think we might have to go with Jason.
You're going to say it's Jason. OK. Claire, would you please reveal your true identity?
My name is Claire, and Nick stole my Pringles.
Thank you very much, Claire. So please welcome this week's special guest, Michael. So, Hugh, what is Michael to you?
This is Michael. He once tried to sell the remains of my lunch for £100.
Warwick, how do you know Michael?
This is my neighbour Michael, and I first met him when his shot put came over my garden fence.
Finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Michael?
This is Michael, and last summer I threw his phone in a boating lake.
So there we have it. Is Michael Hugh's snack seller, Warwick's shot-put slinger, or Lee's phoneless friend? David's team, where do you want to start?
Well, shall we start with Hugh? What was this lunch and where were you having it?
It was in a cafe in Cornwall.
Oh, right.
That Michael used to run. And I had, I had a sandwich. I think, now, I knew nothing about this selling of my lunch until much later. Well, I was told by a friend that, in fact, what had happened was that Michael had set up this thing in the cafe called the Museum of Celebrity Leftovers.
Sounds like the name of this show.
As far as I remember, it's a sort of little jar with the leftover of the particular person. Sort of like a specimen bottle.
It wasn't like a proper leftover. It was just essentially crumbs.
It was crumbs, then put into a glass. It wasn't just me, it was various celebrities.
Who are the other celebrities that featured?
Jan Leeming.
I'll tell you what, at the moment, you are the best.
Yeah.
Michael Winner, I think, was there.
Ooh. Oh, right.
And Prince Charles.
Prince Charles.
Do you know what Prince Charles had left?
I think it was bread and butter pudding.
How much did it go for in the end?
I don't know.
Surely you know how much your own memorabilia...
The only bit of memorabilia I do know about is on eBay, my autograph, £1.35.
On a £5 note, yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who would you like to ask next?
So, Warwick, Michael is your next-door neighbour?
Yes.
What does Michael do for a living that he can afford to live next to you?
He's a very successful businessman.
And so the shot put is just a hobby for him?
Well, it was something he used to do in his younger days. He was in the army and they used to have a sort of sporting event, and the shot put was his particular speciality.
So, describe the incident.
OK, I've got quite a large garden. I was having a walk round. I was on a 2-day expedition. And I just heard I heard this sort of thudding sound, and you could almost feel the ground sort of vibrate a little bit. And I thought, what on earth was that? And looked around, and behind me was what I thought at the time was a cannonball. Made a big divot in my lawn.
You thought you were under fire from a medieval army.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what had happened. And your instinct is to look up, you know. I don't know what I was expecting to see, but I looked around and I heard this little voice, so, sorry, and looked towards the fence, and Michael looking over.
If you'd have had any sense, you'd have got it next to your head, lay down like that. Where there's blame, there's a claim.
May I approach Michael?
You may approach Michael.
Okay, so, like, one of my many talents is that I can spot wealth in a man.
And yet, when I do this to women...
So, do you, from your inspection, Catherine, do you think that Michael is sufficiently affluent to live next door to Warwick?
Where do you think Warwick lives? In Graceland or somewhere? He's been in a few films, with no disrespect. I doubt it's like Simon Cowell's house. What about Lee?
Lee.
Yes.
You threw Michael's phone in a lake.
See? He agrees. It's true.
Why did you throw his phone in a lake?
Because I was trying to give him his phone back.
And he was in a boat?
No.
On the lake?
I was in the boat.
Do you know Michael?
No.
How did you know it was his phone?
Because he was shouting at me from the bank. Not the bank. I don't mean he was drawing money out. I mean the side.
He was saying, throw me my phone
He was saying...
across the water to somebody he'd never seen before and who's
he didn't
throwing
say...
quantities he didn't know.
This is what I heard at the time. Excuse me. I am in your boat. What? He said, I think in your boat. It's like, you're miles away. And he said, my telephone in your boat. And I thought it's an unusual way to talk, because I was shaking his hand at the time. Eventually I work out he's saying, my phone is in your boat. So I sort of look around, and sure enough, under my seat was a phone.
But why didn't he just wait until you reached the shore?
Which is what he wanted to do, what had happened. But I, being a bit more confident in my throwing abilities than I should be, thought, well, I'll go, I'll row towards him a bit. And I went like that, and I just did the worst throw I've ever done. And it just went straight into the water.
Do you know Michael's surname?
I don't know.
How did you get onto him to invite him onto the programme?
Oh, I think you'll find that I don't deal with the admin.
But it seems to me not absolutely impossible that the admin people would have said, that's an interesting story,
Yes.
Lee. What's Michael's other name so that we can get
Well, you haven't heard the rest of the story, have you? Because I felt guilty, and so I decided to buy him a new phone. And so I said, give me a number, because obviously, his home number, and I will phone you when I've got the other phone for you, and I'll deliver it. So when the people working on this show heard the story and said, cool, blimey, that's quite fascinating. I don't suppose you know his surname, do you? I said, I don't, but I've got his number right here. I said, great, chuck it over. Well, I threw it. It went straight out the window, landed in a puddle.
We need an answer. So, David's team, is Michael Hugh's snack seller, Warwick's shot put slinger, or Lee's phoneless friend?
Well, Hugh's story, I don't think Hugh was even trying to make his story that believable. And so there's a chance that it's a fiendish double bluff, and that means it's true.
I love the idea of a celebrity leftover museum.
But it sounds... What, do you?
I mean, I've been to Cornwall, and it sounds like it could be quite an attraction.
Warwick's story, that could be true. Michael, he looks like a shot putter.
I mean, he wouldn't put it over somebody else's fence, would he?
So what are you saying? You think it's Lee?
Well... Catherine, which way are you leaning?
I feel like the shot put story is real, and that is because Warwick looked up to Michael a lot. I feel like they have a certain intimacy.
Then again, it could be on the boating lake, the phone mishap.
It is.
I feel like a more likely admin story as to why Michael is here after Lee throwing his phone off the boat is perhaps Michael got on social media and was like, Lee Mack threw my phone into a lake, and the show reached out that way.
I don't want to stereotype, but to me, Michael looks more like someone who threw a shot put in the army a few years ago than someone who's massive on social media.
So what's it going to be?
We're going to go with Warwick.
OK. Michael, would you please reveal your true identity?
My name is Michael, and I did try to sell the remains of the lunch.
Thank you very much, Michael. Please welcome this week's special guests, Jenna, Thomas and Joanna. So, Kate, first of all, what are they to you?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and they let me sleep in their tent in Glastonbury when I couldn't find mine.
OK. Josh, how do you know them?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and together we made up my entire school year.
Right. David, what is your connection?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and I nudged them into a canal when I lost control of my Boris bike.
So, there we have it. Are they Kate's festival friends, Josh's school chums, or David's bike buddies? Lee's team.
Josh, when you say between the four of you, you made up your school year, do you mean it didn't exist?
My entire year was us four.
So I'm looking at faces now to see if they look an equal age. Now, well, yeah, I suppose they... Do you think they look an equal age?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah?
That's convincing.
OK, that bit of the story we believe.
Yes.
They look a lot younger than Josh, it has to be said.
Well, well, you know, they're probably doing 3 to 4 press-ups a day.
What's,
Between them or in...
What year was this?
1987 to 1994. I'd have been 4 to 11.
Where was it? Where were you at school?
Devon.
Where in Devon?
On Dartmoor.
How many kids were in the other years?
Oh, well, ours was the smallest.
You don't say.
Yeah. So the one below was 6.
Right.
I think it actually started to get bigger because the school got more popular, so by the time I was leaving, you were looking at 8s or 9s.
Right. It's ridiculous. How does a child get any attention with that sort of class size?
Have you stayed in contact with them?
I haven't stayed in contact with Jenna and Joanna.
Why?
Why?
Hang on, let's test him on this. Which one is Thomas?
Thomas is in the middle. And I've seen him a couple of times because his brother's married to my sister.
Really?
Yeah.
And they talk about the Welsh, don't they? If this is the size of your year, what happened when you got to the nativity play or the summer concert? How
the
did
summer
you...
concert?
Or the garden party, or the...
When you troop the colour, how did you do that?
Well, it wasn't just a class of 4. We were taught 4 years together.
Oh, so 4 4s, 12.
16.
16. 16. And that's the benefit of the smaller class size, isn't it?
Is it still a small?
Well, I don't still go.
No, but you must know.
It would be frowned upon if I hung outside counting the children.
I'm interested to know what the system was at lunchtime. Was it packed lunches, or did they provide something hot?
Obviously, because there was only, 40 children in our school, there was no need to cook school dinners on site.
So what, you went to a restaurant? What are you talking about?
So we went to Wagamama's. No, So what would happen, because obviously most of us were packed, so there's...
You've got a very high opinion of yourself.
So what would happen would be, when you were answering the register, you wouldn't say here, instead you'd say packed or dinners. And then one of the children would tally up the amount of people that say dinners, and then they'd go and phone it through to the nearest school.
The nearest school is where you are.
No, to the next school. Who would then cook us the 8 dinners and get them sent
So
across.
you were having supply dinners, essentially, weren't you?
Yeah, we had a kind of Meals on Wheels deal with our dinners.
Wow. All right, who would you like to quiz next?
David.
Dave.
Where were you cycling on your Boris bike?
The Regent's Canal in London. Sort of from where I live towards eastwards, towards King's Cross.
Eastwards? Where were you going? Mordor? I was travelling eastwards.
Eastwards, yes, easterly. In an easterly direction.
I'm off out. Where are you going? I'm going eastwards. I'll see you later. When you're back, I don't know. It depends what the westerly wind's like on the way back. Have you got a bay of Boris bikes near you?
Not that near me. I was hurrying somewhere and I was late.
Where were you going?
To a meeting.
Were you wearing a helmet?
I was not.
Right, so you were going to a meeting, you're in a rush. How do you manage to knock 3 people in?
It's ridiculous,
Was it like, were they
isn't it?
stood dressed as dominoes?
No, they were sort of sitting on the edge of the canal. I was... Right, I'm not an experienced cyclist. I'd only got the Boris bike because I was running so late.
Did you knock them in the river and you thought, let's swap numbers and keep in touch?
That's exactly it.
Yes.
I thought that.
So just talk us through it in a bit more detail. Did you knock them off with your body? Did you knock them off with the bike?
I'm cycling along the towpath. I'm late.
You're late.
My phone rings. It's the people at the meeting. And I'm afraid I answer my phone on the towpath.
Without a helmet?
Helmetless. You don't expect me to put a helmet on to answer my phone.
And when they went in, what did you then do?
Well, they were out again as soon as they were in. It wasn't a very deep bit of the canal. The deeper water is further out. That's actually the title of my collection of poems.
David?
Yeah?
If I was cycling at speed and I hit 3 people, I think I'd go over myself. I think the momentum would take me off my bike.
Well, what can I tell you? It doesn't happen.
What about Kate? Do you have any questions, Brian, for Kate?
Yes.
What did Kate say?
She couldn't find her tent at Glastonbury, so these 3 reprobates, let's call them, offered for her to sleep in their tent.
They're my knights in shining armour. They rescued me.
Do you know that I've just done the voiceover for all the loos at Glastonbury?
Oh.
For the loos?
What do you say? What is the voiceover?
Are you enjoying your loo? Some people don't have any loo at all. And all over the world, they don't have a loo. And you're privileged to have a loo. I've just done a whole government thing for it. I thought possibly you might have sat on one of these loos.
No, but I'm envisioning the thought of going into a loo and suddenly you popping into my ear.
Can I just, at this point, Kevin, I know for a fact, can do a very, very good Brian Blessed impersonation.
I know I wouldn't absolutely... Are you sitting down? Are you sitting comfortably?
Oh, great, now I've got it in stereo. First of all, when was this?
This was Glastonbury 2011. My boyfriend bought tickets for him and his brother, and then I heard that Beyoncé was going to be there. So I said I'll come too, so I could see the goddess.
OK,
in person.
So you've lost your tent.
So 1 o'clock in the morning, I needed to go to the loo, so I set off in search of the loos with my phone.
And because you'd gone to see Beyoncé, when you couldn't find your tent, there's a joke coming up. Did you go, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh?
Rob.
No.
You told us about some joke that was on its way. So you come back and you can't find your tent.
Well, I had a bit of a loo mission because the first set of loos were not clean, and so I had to try and find some more. So I went. Someone said there's some more over there, and there were people, sort of, making new friends there. So I didn't want to stay there. This poor woman who was taking pity on me said, there's some other over there. So I went to the other ones.
This is like a quest.
Yes.
First set of loos too dirty. Second set of loos too sexually compromised. Set
This
of
is
loos
the
number
voiceover
3.
you want in the toilet, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, this is for defecation, not sexual compromise.
Yes, I have the precise timbre to reverse arousal.
So you're crawling through the grass at Glastonbury.
Found the third set. That was all fine. And then I thought, OK, I'm going to walk back now. But just couldn't find my way.
How did they come about?
Well, I was wandering around, and then I thought, I just thought, I'm going to have to throw myself on someone's mercy. So I
thought you said tent then. I thought that's no way of doing it. Surely just knock on the flap first. That's the voice you need in the toilet.
I just saw these three friendly people, and I thought maybe I'll just approach them because I was getting desperate. So I said, look, I'm completely lost. And they said, we'll help you. We'll help you find these first set of loos, because if I found the first set, then I can find my tent.
I see.
So they said, look, we could be going all night, this is really useless, let's just go and sleep in our tent.
What's the setup with Thomas, Jenna and Joanna?
Well, this is a good point, Rob, because I did have that question.
Good point.
Unlike the postman. Good point.
I know. I got it. I was wondering when the joke was coming.
Well, that's the problem with postal jokes. It's always the next day when you get it.
All right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Are Jenna, Thomas and Joanna Kate's festival friends, Josh's school chums or David's bike buddies?
Think there's any truth in David's story?
Oh, no, not at all. No, not at all. Their escapade sounds like Toad of Toad Hall, with the bike, going to the Boris bike, going down the canal. Regent's Canal, of course, that's near the zoo there, where you get lots of orangutans.
At the very least, it's unlikely.
Oh, it's definitely unlikely. I mean, it's worthy of anecdote. I mean, no one's going to come and say, these are, you know, three people I said hello to in the post office. There's got to be an unlikeliness to it, or it's not worth televising. This is potentially worth televising.
I think it's Josh.
Brian thinks it's Josh.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I also think it's Josh.
Is it the ages? Because they do look very similar age. I have to say, Tom in the middle of the three looks like he's had a slightly harder life. I'm going to go with Josh.
You're going to say it's Josh. OK. On behalf of the three, Joanna, would you reveal your true identities?
We are Joanna, Thomas and Jenna, and together we make up the entire year of Josh's school.
And here's the proof. We've got the school photo. Have a look. Thank you very much, Jenna, Thomas and Joanna. So please welcome this week's special guest, Tony. Right, let's start with you, Claudia. What is Tony to you?
This is Tony. He's my builder. He drove for over an hour to come to my house to fix my TV, and it turned out all I needed to do was change the batteries in the remote control.
Rod, how do you know Tony?
This is Tony, and we played in a band together. We both played guitar, except only his was plugged in, because I can't play a note.
David, what is your relationship with Tony?
This is Tony, and I regularly go round to his house to play with his Lego.
So, there we have it. Claudia's helpful handyman, Rod's musical mate, or David's play pal. Lee's team, where would you like to begin?
OK, let's start with Claudia. How do you know him?
He built my house.
Out of Lego? Is it a combined story?
What happened is my telly didn't work, and so I thought...
I got it. Did he put the television in the house?
Yeah. Yes.
So he built this from scratch, as in it was foundations up?
Well, no, but he did the other stuff.
What other stuff?
You know... No, the painting. Tell me.
I think...
You know, the other stuff.
The painting. The television wasn't working. You
Correct.
thought, I'll call my builder.
That's what happened.
Why did you think the builder is responsible for the television?
I thought he would know about things falling off. I've got an unstable roof.
You've got an unstable mind.
Why are you clapping? The telly didn't work. The little puffin baby, what's his... Yeah. He wanted to watch the telly.
What do you mean, little puffin
What is a puffin?
Stop talking to me.
Whoa.
I
I thought you said that you wanted to watch the telly.
I did.
But then what is
family.
Puffin doing?
I only want to watch what he wants to watch.
Who in the love of God is the Puffin? I can't work out whose mind is the worst, Claudia's or yours. She said, I wanted to help out the little Puffin, and instead of going, what's the Puffin going to do with it, you went, well, hang on, who wanted to watch the telly, you or the Puffin? Doesn't matter about who wants to watch the telly. What's the Puffin doing there? It's the next question.
Anyway, and Tony went, no problem, because...
Tell us what the Puffin was doing in the house, and I'm not moving on.
No, that's not his real name. He's called Arthur, but...
Who's Arthur?
Your child.
Your son! That's all I wanted. Did you go to the Rob Gilbert School of Explanation?
Let's move this on. OK, then he arrives, and he gets to the house.
Yeah.
He comes in, and what happens?
And I say something must have fallen off the roof, Tony.
Meaning the aerial or the dish.
But didn't you see that little red light in the bottom right-hand corner that wasn't green?
Interesting.
Did he fix it straight away, or did he not have the tools? Watch his face.
No.
Did he have to nip to see his mate Kevin, who's got the right tools, who lives 4 days away?
He just got the remote. It was like magic.
OK.
And he flicked this thing.
Right.
The on
This is the killer, this is the killer
button.
question that will decide whether she's telling the truth. Did he charge you?
No.
He's not a builder.
Well, there we are. Now, who would you like to question next?
OK, so Rod. Sorry, remind us of your fact.
I can't even remember his name.
It's Tony, remember?
I know what it is. I'm bluffing.
It's a bluff. It's a bluff.
I'm bluffing.
Right.
This is Tony. We played in a band together.
Oh,
we
yes.
both played guitar, but only his was plugged in because I can't play a note.
You can't play?
What was the band called?
It was a long time... Muck Spreader.
Muck Spreader. And where did you get the name from?
2 of the band were, like, farmers. It's rural West Wales.
Why were you part of the band, then? If you couldn't play and you weren't singing?
Because Tony was the lead singer and guitarist, and as you see him now, that's the kind of charisma he brought to the stage.
But why were you in the band? Why were you in the band?
That's what I'm coming to. That's what
you
I'm
were
saying.
there for charisma?
No, Tony was... this is what he was like as a lead frontman.
Surely he didn't put his arms behind his back when he was playing the guitar.
No, he had a guitar. He had a guitar in front of him.
Yeah.
But in all other ways, that is exactly what
Dressed
he
in a
was
suit.
like.
Right.
And he was that dull and uncharismatic at the front of the... So boring was he at the front.
That is not... We're not doubting that. What we're doubting is the fact that he thought you could help that situation.
They saw me dancing kind of on the dance floor in a barn dance thing, and they thought, we need a front man, because I was so dull.
So you were like the Bez?
The Bez.
I was exactly like the Bez, but with a guitar.
And what kind... Well, I was going to say, what kind of music did you play, but you didn't. What kind of music didn't you play?
The band was a sort of punky, rocky sort of...
Can you...
Punky rocky, is that how you introduced it, Johnny Rotten? And now we're going to do some punky rocky music.
Can you do a...
I'm the Muck Spreaders.
Can you do...
I am the Antichrist. I'm not, I'm a farmer. The Muck Spreaders.
That's good. All our songs had the word muck in the title.
Like what?
Like, hey, hey, we're the Muck Spreaders. Muckadoo about nothing.
You did Shakespeare plays as well? Oh, I see now it's all making sense. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this punk rock band would now like to perform a piece from Shakespeare. But he won't be speaking, he's not plugged in, he'll mime it. Okay.
So, what about David?
OK, David, this is Tony and you go around to his house to play Lego, is that what you're saying?
Why would you play Lego at Tony's house?
He's got a lot of Lego.
Can I say at this point, with all this
is...
mention of Lego, with us being the BBC, there are other children's building blocks available. They're not as good, but there are others. Sorry, carry on.
Yes, absolutely.
How often do you go around to his house and play with Lego?
I suppose it must be once every 2 or 3 weeks.
How long is a session?
2 or 3 hours.
And do you freeform, or have you got a kit that you follow the instructions?
We're building a castle.
Are you?
A model of a castle.
So this castle, is it an exact replica of your house, or is it...
No, it's supposed to look like the Tower of London.
So how big is it going to end up being? It's obviously big, isn't it?
When it's finished, I think it'll be, I would say, roughly the size of one of these circles here.
Wow, and how long's that going to take?
As big as that?
Yeah. It's going to be... It's big.
Do you have different sections that you work on, or do you work on the same section at the same time?
What we've largely done is completed the White Tower, and now we're trying to work out the footprint, if you see what I mean, of the curtain wall.
Quick question. Are you still married?
Yes, I am.
How do you know him?
I know him because I made a documentary, and I met him doing that.
What was the documentary called?
The documentary was called The Pursuit of Youth. It was about people who are into, childish things as adults.
And they got you to host that?
Yes.
When you approached this sort of Lego building, did everyone believe you? So you told your wife, you said, I'm going to go and build Lego at Tony's house, and everything was fine, and that was all...
She seemed to believe me.
Has Tony got a wife?
I can answer that.
Yes, Tony does have a wife.
What is the name of the person who started Lego?
I don't know.
Nor do I, so...
So, Lee's team, is Tony Claudia's helpful handyman, Rod's musical mate, or David's play pal?
Well, David's played this game long enough to know that if he was to put in the phrase, I was making a telly show, that would be a risk. Are you following his career? I'm not. Anybody here following David's career? Anybody?
I feel like I saw the trailer for it.
Don't say that even as a trailer.
I feel like I saw the trailer.
That was trailers?
David...
This week on Pursuit of Youth. How's your wife, Tony? Join us next week on Pursuit of Youth.
Now, what about Claudia?
I think you're wise, you're clever. You would have thought this through, I feel.
You
would
think Claudia is wise and clever?
Wise and clever, the two...
Have you ever seen her on the television? Or met her?
No, but I think you have good initiative. You have very good initiative.
So who do you think it is, Jamie, if you don't think it's Claudia?
I mean, I do think it's Claudia, maybe. I don't know. Because now it's just changed.
You now think it's Claudia?
I think it's Claudia.
I think it's Rod.
Oh.
You're wrong.
Oh, well, in that case...
No, you could be right. I'm going with you.
Don't you change your mind. He's already done this.
I'm easily susceptible. I want it to be David.
I
think
it to
it's
be
Claudia.
David.
I'm going with Rod.
What's it going to be? We need her.
She's in the documentary. David.
David.
You
All
better
right.
have seen this
Tony,
documentary.
would you please reveal your true identity?
My name is Tony, and I drove to Claudia's to fetch her an
Yes, Tony is Claudia's helpful handyman. Thank you very much, Tony. So please welcome this week's special guest, Bill. Henning, what is Bill to you?
This is Bill. I once bought an Irish accent mouth spray from him because I genuinely believed it would give me an Irish accent.
Clara, how do you know Bill?
So this is Bill, and when my chair broke, he let me sit on his back so I could interview Nicki Minaj.
All right. Finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Bill?
This is Bill. I had to leave my life drawing class when he walked in, disrobed, and I realised he was the man that sold me my sausages.
There we have it. Is Bill Clara's spare chair, Henning's spray cellar, or Lee's model mate? David's team, where would you like to begin?
Henning.
Henning Vane.
So explain the thing about this spray.
Bill has actually got a shop. And I walked past his shop and I saw Irish accent spray. And I hadn't written a decent joke in a long time. I thought, well, let's get that spray.
So when you say you saw Irish accent spray, what do you mean?
Like well, it's like a helium balloon.
It's a balloon?
No, it's a spray, but it changes your accent.
Instead of making your voice more high-pitched, it makes it more Irish accented.
Yeah.
Although, mixed with the accent you've already got, God knows what that could do.
And what shop sells this? What shop?
Like one of them that you have got around Camden.
Bill's got a shop in Camden.
Yeah.
And his best product is a spray that makes you sound Irish.
Well, I didn't buy all his products, so I can't rank them.
But let's get the genre of shop clear. It's a sort of joke shop, is it?
Well, you call it as derogatively as you want.
By joke shop, I don't mean a risible shop. I mean a shop that sells joke items like whoopee cushions and...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fake blood and... that
Sounds
sort of
right.
shop. And when did this happen?
The best part of 10 years ago, say.
Was there a reason you needed to sound Irish?
No, it was just I thought that's another string to my bow.
Did you... So how did you imagine it being used in your stand-up?
Maybe if I tell a joke where Irishmen go to the pub.
Do you know a joke where Irishmen go to the pub that you could tell in your current accent, but you could mime the point at which you would have sprayed your...
It would like go... There is an English fella going into the pub and says, "Oh, jolly good morning, my good fellow."
Right.
And then...
Wow, and he didn't even have any spray for that.
Jolly good morning.
So you don't need the spray.
And then
You can
not
do
for
it.
English, not for... And then, Irishman goes in the pub and then I spray.
Yeah, OK.
And then I go, top of the morning.
Who would you like to ask next?
Clara? Who's Nicki Minaj?
So, Nicki Minaj is a rapper.
There she is. My God, that's Sue Pollard.
Oh,
Nicki Minaj is a singer, basically.
Nicki Minaj is a singer, a rapper, one of those modern types.
In what context were you interviewing her?
I was interviewing her at a big festival.
So like at
in the
Glastonbury
summer.
or something?
No, it was at Radio 1, actually. Big weekend, yeah.
And was it just on radio, the interview? Or
It was a red button situation as well.
So there were cameras as well?
Yeah. All eyes were on us. Obviously, she's like, you know, the main attraction, the big star, so I gave her, I guess, the better chair. I suspect people knew my chair was a little bit dodgy, but thought it would, you know, survive the interview. It got a bit creaky, and then one of the legs snapped off. The lovely Bill here was doing the sound, and then we only had about 5 seconds to go before we were going to go live. And then, yeah, Bill came in.
One thing you could have done is conduct the interview standing up.
Yeah, but, you know, you go with what the artist wants, and if she wants to sit down, I'm going to sit down.
How long was the interview going to be?
About, I think it ended up being about 6 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes.
It's a long time to stand, actually.
I mean, I'm guessing Bill's...
Bill definitely looks like he fixes things, or leads, or wires, cameras.
He's sturdy.
It's a long time to be on all fours with someone sitting on you.
I reckon I could take you for a minute.
Yeah, try that out. Tom, sit on David.
I am not going to embarrass you. I'm going to put Tom on all fours and put you on his back. Let's give it a go.
We can all sit on it, be like a sofa.
Be gentle, David.
Clara, talk us through the...
Do I have to come down lower?
That position?
Yeah, a little bit lower. Yeah, there you go.
This is a lot harder now. I'm in a crouch.
No, that's what Bill did.
You want to do some more yoga, mate?
Yeah. Exactly. There you go.
So where should I sit?
Yeah, right in the middle there, facing me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Facing
about
me,
this.
yeah.
That's all right, David.
I'm going to
Facing
lower
me.
myself quite gently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask Sean to be a footstool?
Very gentle, very gentle.
I'm basically keeping most of the weight on my own knees.
No.
Oh, my God, my knees!
Sit back a bit.
What are you doing?
No, see, Bill didn't do that. And I definitely didn't sit anymore.
David Mitchell, Tom Davis.
So as you can see, that's easy to do.
That is not easy to do. David, well, you know...
Clara is not as heavy as David. She's not let herself go like that. I mean...
I will say one thing.
Yeah.
That on a grassy terrain...
Yes.
It'll be a lot easier.
It would.
I'm slipping all over the place. I'm sorry I let you down, David. Let me come to your house at Christmas if you're looking for another chair and I'll do a better job, as long as you've got carpet.
David, would you like to move on to Lee?
Yeah. Lee.
Yes, David.
So why were you going to a life drawing class?
Because I just decided that I wanted to learn something new, because I've not been begetted, I've cracked everything else.
Yeah.
Why nudes, though? What was the attraction of the nude human form? You could have focused on fruit.
I do a little bit of fruit as it goes, but I wanted to expand. So
that's
as
why...
I wish Bill... I just found naked men do that for me. I wanted to expand my repertoire. I'd cracked the fruit. I felt that when I kept showing my wife, and my wife would say, no idea. And then one day she went, is it an orange? I went, yeah. She went, it's time to move on.
And so you left your wife.
So I left my wife.
How many of these still life classes had you done before Bill popped in?
I'd probably done about 7 or 8.
How's Bill looking under there, body-wise? Bill, has he got a nice body, or...?
Has he got a nice body, naked?
Yeah.
I'd say he's firm. Yeah.
Sturdy.
Sturdy. I said to him, how come you're so firm? And he says, well, you try being in a chair every 3 weeks.
And you knew it was Nude Man Week?
Oh, yes, they told us. They said next week we're doing Nude Man.
Then you found out that your butcher was a nude model?
Not straight away, no.
Right.
He comes in, he teases you a little bit.
Right, yeah.
He comes in with a robe, he takes his belt off slowly, hangs it up like that, then he turns the other way and he might do a little bit of a stretch, then he drops it so you see his, I say, pert cheeks. And at this point I'm thinking, right, I should be able to do this. Got my pencils out ready, and then he turns slowly. And that's when I saw it. The face of Bill, the man who sells me sausages.
Right. So did he recognise you? Was it mutual?
Well, he just had his eyes fixed forward like he is tonight. But as I passed, he had a look on his face like he was going to say, I'm doing discounts on burgers on Saturday. He didn't do it. He's professional. He stopped himself like that. And it was awkward. So I simply got dressed and went home. Did I not mention that bit? I say life drawing, it was a car park and he was in a Ford Fiesta.
We need an answer. So, David's team. Is Bill Clara's spare chair, Henning's spray cellar, or Lee's model mate?
I think we need to ask, are you absolutely sure that one of them is true?
Yes. Yes.
I think in the radio situation, I think they probably could find a chair or standing up. There's a better solution than for 6 minutes sitting on a human being.
What about Lee?
Well, it's just that's not true.
I've got to say that he's literally not moved. He's not shown any emotion. Now, if I'm going to draw a man naked, I'm going to draw Bill.
What do you think, Sean?
I've just got to go for Bill being sat on...
You think Clara?
No, I'm changing my mind now because he's German, so he could possibly believe about a spray wound.
Right.
Have you just noticed now that Henning is German?
Just this second,
So you think Henning now?
No, I'll stick with Clara.
Stick with Clara, and you'll stick with Lee.
I'm going to go with Lee, yeah.
You see, I think it's Henning.
You think it's Henning?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We're going to go Henning. Yeah.
OK, Bill, would you please reveal your true identity?
My name is Bill, and Henning bought an Irish press spray.
That's what you bought, Henning, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And you genuinely thought it would have an effect
open.
on your accent?
Of some description.
Lee, let me give it to you. It didn't work on Henning, but might work on you.
I don't think you gave me the right one.
Thank you very much, Bill. Thank you. So, please welcome this week's special guest, Matt. So, Adam, what is Matt to you?
This is Matt. He was my window cleaner, but I had to let him go when I found out he was afraid of ladders.
Jason, how do you know Matt?
This is my estate agent, Matt, and we once were meant to look at a property, but instead we watched a dog give birth.
finally, David, what is your relationship with Matt?
This is my car dealer, Matt, and I once made him change the colour of our car twice because I was offended by its hue.
So there we have it. Lee's team, where to begin?
Jason.
Yes?
You were looking round a house at the time, were you, to possibly buy?
I was about to, yeah. We were going to look at a property, and as we approached that, someone came out of a neighbouring property and said, you know, my dog's in distress, can you come and help? So we did.
What assistance did you think you could give?
Well, we did a bit of looking on the phones and working out what we should do.
You were Googling it?
Yeah, I mean...
That is always a worrying sign for a midwife. Did you?
When she called you in, then, she didn't know that the dog was about to
No,
give
she
birth.
She didn't know that the dog was pregnant.
Wow. What did she think was wrong with it?
I don't know, that it was sort of... his stomach was sort of distended or something.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Was she the brightest of people?
Did you then go on and buy that property?
No, because it had a rifle range next to it, so I didn't bother.
Really? There was a rifle range next to this house.
There was...
And he hadn't mentioned that.
No.
If this is true, he's a typical shifty estate agent. Now, you see, he didn't even smile or bat an eyelid then, which means he's used to hearing it. He's an estate agent.
What was the dog's name? Do you remember?
Penny.
Penny.
Oh, the penny dropped.
But what about Adam?
Adam, he was your window cleaner, but you had to get rid of him because he admitted to being...
Scared of ladders.
So, how long had he been your window cleaner for?
About 2 years.
And why hadn't it caused problems up until that point?
He was working with a partner, was another window cleaner.
Oh, he used to do ground floor and the other fellow used to do the top floor?
Yeah.
So come on, really?
We genuinely didn't realise until all of a sudden his partner, who was called Matt...
Oh, he was called Matt as well?
He was called Matt as well, so Matt and Matt.
The other one was called Matt, and he was called Matt?
The other one was called Matt.
Matt and Matt?
No, they were both called Matt, so that we could distinguish between Matt and Matt, we called one Matt and the other one Matt.
But for the first half of the second name, they're both looking. Matt. Oh. Matt. Oh, it's not me.
No, you have to say
Well, you
it's
better
just
call him Matt and not Matt, because then you got a different word at the beginning. Matt and not Matt would have been a much better system.
Or maybe Matthew.
Yes. Still a problem with the MA, though.
Okay.
Matthew. Oh, not Ben.
Is it such a huge waste of time, though, that millisecond of confusion? I mean, do you think everyone's name should start with a different letter?
I would
should be
prefer that.
Billions of letters, so that you don't have that millisecond of, oh, my name begins with D. Oh, no, it's not David, it's Daniel. I've wasted a part of my life.
I would prefer that. So you'd never noticed that he was always on the ground floor?
No, because I was at work.
And what would you do?
How did you discover that Matt was afraid of ladders? The specific moment.
Because the upstairs
you examined him internally?
Oh, hang on.
That's a very strange way of doing it.
I sense fear in you.
I don't think you'll be cleaning my windows for much longer.
No wonder he's frightened to go up a ladder.
I bet the coming down bit was more scary. I'm here! I'm waiting!
I have to say, it's a miracle you could find anyone to come near your windows.
And did you say, look, we're going to have to get rid of you, or did he then say, look, I can't do this anymore?
Obviously, you can't have a window cleaner who can't go up a ladder to clean your windows.
You say like that, we're the idiots. You had one, not
No, he knocks it on the head. He's no longer a window cleaner.
Right, so you had to sack him, basically?
I kind of ducked out of the conversation and left it to my wife.
Right.
He came back round to do the windows and she confronted him about the lack of attention upstairs.
And did he fess up? Did he go...
All right, so what about David?
Oh, yes, you didn't like your... Read it again, sorry.
This is my car dealer, Matt. I made him change the colour of our car twice because I was offended by its hue.
So 3 times in total. So
yes,
what was the first...
It's been 3 colours.
Yeah, what was the first colour? What did you buy it as? What colour?
Grey.
What was the model?
It's a BMW, and it's... can't quite remember the... I think it's...
It never ceases to amaze me how cruel it was that you were overlooked for the Top Gear job.
Well, they wanted me to learn to drive. I've never driven this car. I've only sat in it.
Are you telling us or the police? Because that sounded like an alibi to me. Neither have I ever put a dead body in the boot. Yeah. So then, when you bought the grey car, did you want it in grey at that time, or was there always an immediate, we want it, but we want it resprayed?
It was an immediate, we want it, and we want it a different colour. Right. And then we were advised not to get it resprayed, but to get it wrapped.
What does that mean?
It's a thing you can do to a car to change its colour, other than respraying it. I think it's called a vinyl wrap.
Are you getting mixed up with some sort of album from the 1980s?
That's for you to judge.
What was your vinyl wrap colour?
Well, we wanted it dark green, like British racing green.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? This type of BMW you bought, does it not come in racing green?
Well, I don't know, but this was it was hard enough to find that we didn't want to...
They are quite rare, aren't they, BMWs?
Very, very rare.
David, you don't drive. How did you get to the dealership?
We actually did all of the buying and everything via email and the phone. But I will say, my wife can drive. Which was very much why we were looking to buy a car. I think, if neither of us could drive, it's basically just a very, very expensive shed.
OK, you said racing green, then the car arrives, or you go to get it, and what colour is it?
More of a felt tip, more of a Kermit green.
So which colour did you go for next?
Blue, dark blue.
And how's that panned out for you?
It's nice.
All right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Matt Adam's worried window washer, Jason's puppy pal, or David's colourful car dealer?
I'm feeling Jason because he came up with a couple of really nice little details very quickly, like the shooting range and Penny.
What about Adams?
He's making life hard for himself. If he's making this up and he's decided to call both the window cleaners Matt, and then he had to invent another, so we called him Matt. How big is your house, Adam? Because it doesn't look very big on EastEnders.
And what about David in his car?
Now, David in his car is an interesting one because I can believe this of David. Yeah. The bit I can most believe is a burly mechanic coming round, or burly salesman, going, I know that's not what you ordered, but you're having it. And David going, OK, thank you. What? That's the bit I most believe. So what do we think?
I'll go for Jason.
You think it's Jason?
What are you thinking, Phil?
I'm thinking Jason.
Oh, you're thinking Jason as well?
Jason.
We'll go with my team then and say Jason.
OK.
Yes.
Matt, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Matt, and David made me change the colour of his car twice.
Thank you very much, Matt. So please welcome this week's special guest, Dennis. So, Chris, what is Dennis to you?
This is Dennis. We once staged a burglary to cover up for the fact that we'd been bunking off school.
Sarah, how do you know Dennis?
This is Dennis. He's the park gardener who came to my aid when my legs turned to jelly mid-run.
And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Dennis?
This is Dennis, or as I call him, Squeaky Diesel. I always fill up at his petrol station because his unbelievably high-pitched voice always cheers me up.
So there we have it. Is Dennis Chris's burglary buddy, Sarah's gardening angel, or Lee's falsetto friend? David's team, where would you like to start?
So, Chris.
Yes.
The two of you staged a burglary.
Yes.
Explain how that helped cover that you were bunking off school.
Well, because when we bunked off school, it was cold sometimes.
Yeah.
So you had to go into a house.
Yeah.
So we went to Dennis's house.
OK.
And the key wasn't where it normally is.
Dennis's house is locked?
Yes.
Why didn't you then try your house?
Because my mum was in.
OK. Good answer.
So I climbed the drain pipe to get in the house.
Right. So what...
Because there was only a window open, sorry, on the second floor.
And you got in that way successfully, or not?
No, not successfully.
OK.
To try and get the window latch down, which is down there, with my hand, my knees have gone through the window.
Right.
Did it draw blood?
No. Everything shattered that way.
Shattered that way? Was it made out of windscreen glass?
So I went downstairs to let...
Why hadn't Dennis...
Do you remember his name? Your old school friend?
Why hadn't Dennis... It's Dennis's house. Why were you having to do the climbing?
Good question. Yeah. I know why, because Dennis...
Don't say it like you've just thought of it. You've got to act in this show.
Right. Dennis climbed up the drain pipe first.
Right.
Right? But his arms are not as long as mine. So when he put his arm through the long latch window, he couldn't quite reach it.
So you climb in, you go downstairs, you let Dennis in. What happens then?
Well, we then realise Dennis is going to be in trouble with his mum and his dad when they get home from school. So...
Were they at school as well? Were they slow learners?
They were teachers.
Or they were teachers? At the school that you went to?
Not at our school, no.
So what do you do then?
So Dennis came up with this great idea of making it look like a robbery. Mm-hmm. So he said, let's break into the gas meter.
Murder a postman. Scatter his body parts around.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
I think he used the screwdriver. Flicked up the corner flap, put his hands in, and got the 50p's out, and then we were gone.
What did you do about finding somewhere warm to... Did you use the 50p's to get a hotel room?
All right, who next, David?
Sarah.
Yes?
Tell the story of your encounter with Dennis.
I'd been out drinking alcohol with friends. I was over 18 and it was fine. But my friend had given me this advice that if you exercise first thing in the morning, you sweat it all out and then you feel you don't have that hangover thing. So I ran from my house to the park and then I was just starting to go round in a loop and I was going to be so ill. I just kept thinking, be sick in a bin. No, don't be sick in a bin. And I was really desperate for water. And
This is like listening to Paula Radcliffe.
I was so concentrating on not being sick, I didn't realise my legs had gone to liquid. And then I just had my face in the grass. And I was thinking, I'll just stay here, hopefully. Everyone will think I'm a dead body.
And what did Dennis do?
Well, Dennis came over and took my pulse. So that I could kind of feel...
Bit sinister.
So did he say...
No.
What was Dennis doing in the park?
He works there. He's a park gardener.
He's a park gardener, like
Greenwich
Percy
Park.
the Park Keeper.
Percy the Park Keeper?
You've not read that?
No, have you?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a children's book.
Why are you reading it then?
Because I'm a father.
He's got to have something to do when he's allowed to see them on a Friday.
So he's taking your pulse. What happens then?
Well, he kind of took me up and walked me to a bench and then went and got me some water from the little hut where he works.
A lovely man.
I'm going to write a series of kids' books. All about him.
Not sure it's the right market.
Dennis the Menace has got a different ring to it now.
Right, what about Lee?
Lee is Squeaky Diesel. So where is this petrol station?
It's about a mile from my house.
So it's also convenient?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not so high-pitched that I'd drive to Harrogate.
OK, fair enough. give us an impression of how...
Well, I could try and do an impression, but
Obviously it won't be as
I find
good as-
impressionism is for the lowest form of entertainment.
Should I play you? Like, if I be you in your car, would that help?
Can you do impressions of me? Can you...
Oh, all right, I'm Lee Mack. The Diesels running... See, look, everyone thinks it's great.
It's good with the way you said, I'm Lee Mack,
That
because
helps a
that
lot.
clarifies who you're trying to be.
Did you come up with the name Squeaky Diesel?
I was that one, yes.
And does Dennis know that?
He does now.
But he didn't before?
No, he has no idea what he's doing on the show tonight. I just told him, come along, I've got a free jumper for you. You know what he said?
That's very kind, thank you very much.
Squeaky Diesel.
OK, one question, this might trip you up.
OK.
Does your car take petrol or diesel?
It takes petrol.
Got him!
I just didn't think Squeaky Petrol had the same sort of scan to it. It just sort of... It felt Squeaky Diesel just sounds nice.
What do you think, Tom?
It seems so unlikely that Lee's car runs on petrol, not diesel. It so undercuts the truth of what he's saying that I think it's probably true what he's saying.
So, we need an answer. David's team. Is Dennis Chris's burglary buddy, Sarah's gardening angel, or Lee's falsetto friend?
Tom, what do you think?
No, what do you two think?
Well, I was very taken with your Lee...
It's became such a bad mistake, wasn't it?
But Sarah didn't like it when we were taking the mickey out of Dennis. Maybe that...
There was a bit of feeling there,
yeah,
wasn't there?
a bit like, genuinely, this man has helped me in the park.
But maybe it was just, you know, acting...
If it turns out you're lying, Sarah,
Yeah.
Tom thinks you're a good actor.
Yeah.
If you're telling the truth, he can take or leave your performance.
I mean, I, personally, the one that rang true the most was Cammy's, I felt.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not?
Really? No. No, I didn't.
I've just ruled out Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. Beautiful acting, Sarah.
Well, it's definitely acting.
Yes.
Richard, would you like to rule anyone out?
Yeah, I would rule out Lee, I think.
OK. Well, I mean, that's very easy then. If you're ruling out Sarah and you're ruling out Lee, I'll rule out Chris and we can move on.
It is time to make a decision.
So you think... OK, Sarah.
It's Sarah.
Now,
OK, you're saying it's Sarah.
Sarah.
You're saying it's a good man.
I'll be so unhappy if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, Christmas is over.
OK, they're saying that it's Sarah. Dennis, would you please reveal your true identity?
Yes, I'm Dennis, and Chris and I staged the burglary together.
Yes, Dennis is Chris's burglary buddy. Thank you very much, Dennis. Thank you.
Just say that one more time.
Chris and I staged the burglary together.
He has got quite a squeaky voice, hasn't he?
Thanks very much, Dennis.